to stole Christmas. If you're like me, you like disaster stories. They're funny. You can feel them viscerally in your blood. And they generally have a lesson that you can learn from. So this story is from one of my earlier jobs of a junior developer who accidentally deleted a table in the production database on Christmas Eve and caused a worldwide outage of a service that at the company they were working for. I will not name the developer nor the company because they'll remain anonymous for the purposes of this story. So the year is 2012. It's Christmas Eve, 2012, so December 24th, 2012, and a new developer. I believe he was hired on December 18th, maybe. So he's been in the job a week, and he's working through the team's onboarding documents. As part of the onboarding process, the developer was required to deploy a local instance of a production service, and this required spinning up a local copy of a MySQL database on their laptop. So they were happily following along on the docs. It's Christmas Eve, so they're very motivated. The rest of their team is out, probably with their family, doing family things, but they want to get up to speed as quickly as they can in order to, hit the ground running come New Year when everyone's back in the office. So they are going through the docs, and they make a slight configuration mistake, and instead of connecting to their local instance of MySQL, they connected to the production instance of MySQL, and part of the documentation for getting up to speed was to drop the existing table and recreate it. So they happily did this and then continued about their merry way on the docs. I think at this point, they even were able to somehow, they got some sort of error or figured out that they had done something wrong and kind of went back a few steps and then ended up connecting to their laptop again. And so they continued to work. Unbeknownst to them, they had dropped a table on the production database. This being Christmas Eve, someone is on call and gets a call and is now presented with this problem that a bunch of data does not exist in production. So over the next 16 hours, the person on call and probably the entire team tried to figure out exactly what was wrong, what happened, why was this missing, and the solve involved restoring from a backup. And so they had to find a backup, restore from a backup, then play the production logs against that backup to get into the state. And this all ended up being many, many hours of downtime on Christmas. All of your team's engineers operating on this outage, changing software, not the most fun Christmas. So the good news is this is all preventable. We have the technology now. We have here at Dolt Hub, we've built a database that you can instantly roll back, just like a Git repository. In this situation, you would look at the commit log of the database, you'd see this drop table, you would rewind the commit log to before the drop table, and then you would go about your merry way. We believe we have a fundamental, we have the database that can save Christmas. All the rest of the databases are databases that steal Christmas. Modern databases aren't resistant to human error. So most modern databases today are built to be resistant to failure. They're resistant to data center failure or host failure, but you are still at risk of human failure. So the way that most databases, either SQL or otherwise, tend to manage this risk is by giving the appropriate level of permissions. You have a deployer or code that has a certain set of read and write permissions, and then you restrict those permissions down to only the necessary operations that those things should take. But you're always going to have administrator permissions. You need the ability to make changes on the fly or otherwise, and these administrators permissions are generally trusted to your most senior folks, the people that tend to be in the greatest demand. So there's always a skill shortage. You never have enough admins for your production infrastructure, including your databases. So one of the philosophies we have here at Dolt is we want to make a database that any developer can operate. Where admin permissions are nice but not required. And in order to do that, we've adopted Git style version control features. So any change is an instant rollback. And it's Dolt's designed so that you can make those changes locally on your laptop and have those synced and pushed to production in a human reviewed operation. Just like your source code, you can do pull request reviews of source code. You can do pull request reviews of database code. In modern databases, you are at risk you are not at risk of data center failure or host failure, but you are at risk of human failure, and that's a problem that Dolt has made it a mission to solve. If you would like to get more information about Dolt or Dolt Hub, check out the link below. You can always email me at tim@dolthub.com. We're still early enough where I get to be Tim at. I like that. We also have a Discord. It's linked in the banner of dolthub.com. Feel free to hit us up there. The team's always hanging out there and is happy to chat at any time.